Good afternoon, good morning, and good welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kobe,
Good welcome. My name is Jackson.
and today we're going to be discussing the up-and-coming UFC Fight Night, headlined by multiple fights, but the actual headline is Jared Cannonier versus Nasruddin Imamov. Big fight in the middleweight division there. Some other pretty notable fights on there. Alex Perez is back against Tatsuro Taira. Muniz and Eliskirov, pretty sure that was cancelled. Dominic Reyes back. Rojas Jr. It's a pretty big card. We've also got some news to run over. There's a potential travesty at UFC 303.
We've got a drink to break down, to unload, to sip away at, to
We're going to drop a
slurp
load.
on. Coconut milk drink, chocolate flavor with nata de coco.
Coco Royale. Do you think that's coconut milk drink or coconut milk drink? Do you know what I mean? Or is it coconut milk? What's in this thing? What's in this thing?
It's not going to tell you. It's a
Water.
product of
Coconut
Thailand.
water. Coconut milk. So, a lot of coconuts. Anyway, guys,
Shake well.
let's get into the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
Crack it goes.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
So I'd like to just say, before we get too far into the show, thank you and welcome to our 57 viewers that we now have consistently.
Consistently over one episode. Yep.
Oh, that's an interesting drink. That's a real interesting drink.
Bits.
Guys,
It's got bits.
it's got bits, and they're not the good bits. You know, they're
Yeah,
not the
that's
good
something,
bits.
isn't it?
Guys, I just wanted to flex on y'all. Where is it?
Flex on y'all. Well, yeah, I don't know why this has happened, but it seems like people may have
Oh.
finally woken up to the best YouTube channel
Ever.
ever created. That is Combat Corner, not known as anything else at any other time previous to
Previous to
uploading.
this? No,
but,
no.
Why's your internet not working, champ?
It is. I can't type. Oh, there. So look, right. So
Combat Corner. That's us.
episode 57 was the latest. See,
That's crazy, man.
it just disappears.
Well,
Yeah, the internet's a little bit trash.
a bit iffy out here.
I need to get an extender to put out here. Anyhow, guys, thanks for the views in the last episode. Hopefully, I wonder if that will be like a catalyst for more views coming in, or whether that was just some
Probably not.
random. Probably not.
No.
Probably be back to 3.
Like I said, I looked at the average view duration time, and it was 1.5 minutes
Mhm.
of the 52 that were on offer to them.
Yep.
Oh,
That's horrible.
You know,
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens, eh?
yeah.
Uh,
Just before we get into this, before we get to,
The regular.
I want to just
Juice.
say, can we get some drink suggestions? Okay.
Would like some, yeah.
We haven't rated that many drinks yet. We did get quite a few at the last studio where
We did.
we had quite a large ranking
It
system.
was like
but
a long time ago now.
it does feel like a long time ago now, but we haven't had any suggestions for a while. So it'll be great to get some drink suggestions, or else we'll just end up keep drinking this shit like coconut milk drink product of Thailand.
Just random shit that we find.
Yeah.
Look, guys, yeah, I fully agree. Please leave a comment down below as to what drink you would like us to rate, review. Hopefully this gets picked up by our short generator, and then we might get some good recommendations.
Can you hear us? Short generator.
Opus.pro, please clip the last little section that we had. Stop it now.
Right.
Thanks.
Jared Cannonier.
The Cannon. I think that's what he likes to be called.
I thought it was the killer gorilla.
It is. But I think that was a big missed opportunity for him to incorporate some
Jared
canon.
the Cannon Cannonier.
Or like I don't know, Cannonier General or something. Jared
Cool.
something.
Fighting Nasruddin Imamov.
Jared something. What could it have been in between his first and last name that would have been cool? Like the Cannonier, like Jared the Cannonier.
What's
Pirate
what's a
Cannonier.
model of cannon? Can we look up World War II cannon name? Loading.
Is the internet like completely gone?
Loading.
That wouldn't be good.
This is great.
We are connected.
This is cool, man. Do you know what? I'm going to bring it up on my cellular device.
Good idea. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, there we go. Loaded.
No, it didn't.
Oh, no, it's just spinning in a different fashion.
This is gonna
there we go. The versatile 88mm.
Okay, so Jared, the versatile 88mm Cannonier.
Fuck yeah.
That's great.
Or Jared 88mm Cannonier. That would
Yeah.
be good. 88mm.
But I mean, it would be a bit of a, like, wouldn't that go over most people's heads?
Maybe, but then when you look into it, people would be like, yo.
Would you look
that's
into a name that you didn't understand? Like, the amount of
I would.
names that we've had.
I would.
Okay. Anyway, what's he been up to?
Jared
When was his
Cannonier's
last
not been up
fight?
to much. He's 40.
Wasn't it Vittori?
He did. He beat Vittori. He beat him down big time. Bad. Back in 2023, that was. Quite a while ago now.
It'll be a
Beat
year
him into
ago,
a
pretty
decision.
much, when he fights Imamov.
It feels like longer than that. It's crazy. But before that, obviously, 2022, he only fought Strickland.
No, go back. Go down.
Oh, no. Oh, well.
And he fought Izzy.
And Izzy earlier in the year. 2021 was the year of the Gastelum fight for him. He's been on a good run apart from a couple of fights. He beat Strickland. It was a tight one. Very tight. Beat Vittori.
That's a good win.
That's a big win.
Getting a win over Vittori, yeah, that is very good.
Like, this was a close fight, but he got that win, the Strickland fight. Cannonier getting the win over Strickland. Very close. Some people may have thought that should have gone the other way.
I mean,
the
the
Izzy
UFC
fight-
seems to have.
That's true. Yeah.
When you look at the opportunities that Strickland got after that fight compared to...
Yeah, man. Obviously losing to Whitaker, it's very hard to beat Whitaker. A fight with Cannonier and Drickus would be fucking sick.
That'd be loose.
That'd be sick.
What
man.
about Cannonier and Costa?
Cannonier and Costa would be dope as well. I don't want to see Costa fighting up the rankings though, Right now. I want to see him drop way back down to like 10.
He came out after his last fight and said that, nah, fuck this. I'm not point fighting anymore. I'm going to be going straight for the knockouts.
See, that kind of annoyed me.
Did it?
Just a wee bit, because I was like, bro, like, that's been like, how long?
How long?
How long? Do you know what I mean, though? Like, why have you been waiting? What's been going on? There must be something stopping you.
Well, I
You
think
should know you're losing.
once he got to that fight against Izzy and got absolutely dealt to, since then he has looked like he's been trying to like point fight his way to victory and get his way back in title contention, especially with the fights that he's been taking. Like he took, what has he taken since then? Who did he fight after Izzy?
Vittori.
And didn't he lose?
He did.
Yeah, so he lost to Vittori. Then he fought Rockhold.
Yes.
Yep, beat Rockhold. Then he fought Whitaker.
And lost.
Lost.
A close fight.
Very close fight. But he did look like he was point fighting. Because in that first round, he did kind of open up pretty guns blazing and then slowed down for the last two rounds, and it didn't serve him very well. And then this fight against Strickland, where we all know what happened
He got
there.
Strickland.
He got Stricklanded, yeah.
But going back to Jared Cannonier, the gorilla, the killer gorilla, important distinction there. He's fighting Nasruddin Imamov this weekend, who's been on a pretty good little streak of his own.
A Frenchman.
Frenchman, yet to wave the white flag. So, he obviously beat Roman Dolidze pretty convincingly, I thought.
Boring fight, but...
Yeah, but he did a good job there. Chris Curtis, there was a no contest due to the clash of heads, but he was beating Chris Curtis pretty badly. He looked very smooth on the feet in that fight. And then obviously the loss to Sean, that was a relatively close fight, if my memory doesn't serve me incorrectly. Can you remember that?
Well, that was the first fight of the year in 2023, right after Sean had fought Cannonier less than a month prior.
Yeah. And I think it was at light heavyweight.
It was at light heavyweight because Strickland stepped in on last notice. But no, I think Strickland took that fairly easily from memory.
But not a bad loss, to say the least, because obviously we know what Strickland's like.
And it was a big step up from Joaquin Buckley.
Oh, yeah. And especially on last minute, switching out for...
Yeah.
Who did he replace? Can't remember. Can't remember who he replaced in that fight.
I want to say Hermanson, but I could be completely wrong.
It could be right. Anyway, Joaquin Buckley, obviously that's a win that's aged pretty well. Edmund Shaburzian...
That was in France, too.
Him up. Yeah, true. He hasn't had the greatest strength of schedule, but he's been given that opportunity now against Jared Cannonier, who again is getting older. He's 40, but he hasn't really showed too many signs of slowing down. That fight against Vittori was violent. He fucked him up big time. He's fought the who's who in this middleweight division.
Yeah,
and
if you look at that, it's all of them.
Starting
Anderson
at
Silva, Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland. I mean, the only champ that he hasn't fought is Dricus, yeah. And I suppose you could say Michael Bisping, but that's a little bit before his time.
Chris Weidman as well.
You've got to remember this guy came down from heavyweight. He fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and now middleweight.
And we see when he was at light heavyweight, it was a big shift from when he was at light heavyweight to middleweight, like losing to the likes of Dominic Reyes, which was a tough fight back in the day for sure. Jan Blachowicz, who became champ, Glover, a lot of these names are big names. And you see that switch up to middleweight, David Branch, TKO, Silva, TKO, violent leg kicks, Hermanson, TKO, obviously lost to Whittaker, but right back at it with a win against Gastelum, Brunson, Strickland. The guy is meant for middleweight. The only issue is that he's 40. And, that keeps coming back into my mind, and I'm thinking, he's got to slow down at some point. It's not like he's Yoel Romero, who came out of the Cuban Missile Crisis program. This is at the KFC Yum Center.
Oh, wow. Oh, that makes sense. It's in Kentucky.
Yeah.
KFC Yum.
KFC Yum. That sounds like a Japanese stadium would be called that.
Yeah.
Who are we thinking is going to get this one done?
I think Imamov.
You think Imamov?
Imamov. Yeah,
Sorry.
That's what I think.
So let's have a look at the win method here. We've got 10 KOs from Jared, 2 subs and 5 decisions. He's been knocked out twice and decisioned 4 times. If we look at Nasruddin Imamov, sorry, it's my fucking bunged upness. He's obviously won 5 times by KO, 4 submissions, 4 decisions, pretty evenly spread. Never lost by KO. He's been submitted once and decisioned 3 times. It's a 5-round fight, obviously. We've seen the Killer Gorilla go 5 rounds many a time. He's not got a stamina problem, that's for sure. He's a 6-foot bloke, 6-foot man up against the 6'3".
Look, I think Imavov's just going to lean on him.
You think so?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that will potentially be his way to victory. I mean, he had moments against Delice, but Delice was the more exciting fighter in that fight. But yeah, I don't think this... it has the potential to be an absolute banger, but I just get the feeling it's not going to be.
Fair enough.
Like you say, Cannonier's got to slow down at some point. He turned 40 this year. That is never a good aging point for any mixed martial artist.
That's true.
And Imavov is in the prime of his life. He's 29. He's coming off a fairly decent win, nonetheless. How the fight went, but yeah, I just feel like that's how it's going to go down. I don't have much else to say.
That's fair enough. I think I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say Jared's going to land big shots, and it's kind of going to put off Imavov because he's mad powerful. Like we saw in the Vittori fight, he stung him so many times with huge shots, and it just kind of put him off. I think we're going to see the return of the fucking killer gorilla this time, and we're going to see him win a decision or maybe get a finish late on in the fight. And I think he's going to make it look pretty dominant. Yep. I just think he's going to land bombs, and Imavov's going to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm out. And then we're going to see Jared Cannonier go into a title contention bout, hopefully, because he deserves it. He's 40.
Yeah, but there's so much
I know.
going on at the top of
annoying.
that division. We talked about that in the last episode.
It's almost like he should just move up, you know?
Again, just go back to like, I
Go
suppose
light
the
heavyweight.
competition has kind of gone a little bit down the toilet since he left. You know what I mean?
Him against a Roundtree would be fucking good. That'd be a
that'd be
great
nuts,
fight. If they've not already fought. But moving down the card, we wishing you all the best, you guys. I think we both want Jared to win. Do you want him to win?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of him.
Wait,
Moving down the
what's going on?
card, this is confusing. This is because the Google. Well, let's go to the UFC's official.
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Can we go to there we go. I'll just quickly pop that on the screen for you guys to see. So this is obviously the main event. It's kind of confusing because you look here, you've got all these fights. Yeah, so this is the
Okay,
the
so
correct
they've mixed it
order.
up somehow
It's the
on Google.
goggle. Guys, I'll just show you what we're talking about here. You've got a
You guys.
goggle. You've got
Islam from last week.
so Jared Cannonier in the main event. And you got Alex Perez versus Tetsugo.
Oh, look, it's at a different
Taira.
date.
Oh, so it's just
It's
merged.
like they've just merged it.
So yeah, this is what was confusing us. And then you've also got the fucking Andre Muniz one. But this is the official fight card. Going down the card, we've got Dominic Reyes returning against Dustin Jacoby. Good to see Dominic back. Well, is it?
I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
I think we're going to have to wait and see.
He coming off 4 losses, or like
Yes.
so since he lost to John Jones, he's lost to Jan, Yuri, and then moved down.
No, these are all light heavyweight.
Oh, they are, sorry. And then that loss to Ryan Spann was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that is now 1.5 years ago.
So he's fought once in 2020. Sorry.
Twice in 2020.
Twice in 2020, one of them being that Jones fight, that Jan fight for the title, got fucked up. The Yuri fight got fucked up, and the Spann fight got fucked up. The guy's chin
Is fucked
is
up.
gone.
That's-
And oh, man, what a travesty this guy's career has turned out to be. Got robbed against John Jones. I mean, most
just
people
stripped his confidence from him. It
Yeah.
seems, eh?
Oh, absolutely. And then getting knocked out bad. That's never good for the heart, you know. Imagine he won that fight against Jones. Imagine how different his life would be right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, imagine
Former
how
champ
different
or
John
champ.
Jones's life would have been.
I know. He might have come out of the closet.
John Jones is the Tyson Fury of MMA. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
I used to be a big fan of him.
yeah,
Not anymore.
no.
Not.
Like, there's so many fights that probably should have gone in the other guy's direction, but because he has this massive name and this kind of unbeatable presence, you watch his fights and you can't see him losing, so you just don't see him lose. Like, do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean. I think Tyson Fury's, apart from that one against Ngannou, which I would agree, I gave that to Ngannou. I think he's pretty good.
What about the Wilder fight?
He
When, like,
fucked him up
I know, but like
3 times.
he had a 12 count.
That was, well, I mean, debatable. Boxing gets those things slightly wrong all the time. It's when the ref starts the count that it starts.
Yeah.
People don't get that. But
I know.
he fucked up Wilder.
Yeah, no, I'm
personally,
not-
that's what I think. If you disagree, then...
Look, that was my one point, and
Whoa!
you've chosen to ignore it.
Look, okay. No, that's fine. John
based on
Jones
the referee.
is a prick. And he ruined... Oh, man. Side note. Did you see that the press conference with Dana? And he got asked, like, someone was like, so where do you think that Islam Makhachev lines up in, like,
I
the
literally talked
plethora
about this
of
on the last
lightweights?
episode.
Did we?
I did, yeah. I was saying how
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Oh,
that-
yeah. But I thought that he was asked a question about where do you think Islam lines up pound for pound. The
Pretty sure he
question was... No, it wasn't. The question was, where do you think Islam lines up in the plethora of lightweights?
Right.
And then Dana turns around and he's like, "Yeah, like, Islam's great," but anyone who thinks that John Jones isn't the pound for pound GOAT is an idiot. You should never be commenting on this sport again. And it's like, bro, you didn't even get asked about John Jones. You somehow turned this into like a fucking squirt off for John Jones. And I saw a video from the Guru, and he was saying like, "What dirt does John Jones have on Dana? Does he have a video of him like pounding Dana from behind or something?"
Maybe.
Apparently, sorry guys. Apparently, Rampage Jackson has some dirt. Have you seen that video?
On Dana?
No, on John.
Oh,
He's like,
okay.
something's gonna come out about John
Oh,
Jones.
yeah,
in the
I
very
did see that.
future. Like, what could it be?
Yeah, wasn't he talking to Cheeto?
Yeah, and Cheeto's like, "Can we stop this right now?"
Yeah,
And
I
you tell
want to
me?
know. Yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe it's something to do with Dana getting pounded.
Probably. Look, Dominic Reyes, he's taken a long time off, which
Good.
in my opinion, it's a good sign.
Yep.
Anyone else coming back from this kind of layoff, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know, but it's warranted.
Is that what you do?
He's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we would. We'd sit here and we'd do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we would.
Oh, he's got a one over Cannonier.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that,
The
eh?
guy's a tank. Look at this run. Cannonier, St. Preux, Ozdemir,
Oh,
Weidman.
we just talked about that. I'm out of it.
He's
today.
undefeated going into this fight with John Jones.
Yeah.
And then they robbed him. And then he just never was the same. Fuck John Jones, man. Sick of it.
So, yeah, look, we've got Reyes versus Dustin Jacoby.
A very
who-
winnable fight, for sure.
Yeah, but also a very winnable fight for Dustin Jacoby,
Yep. have
who's
to
not
agree.
having the greatest run of his own at the moment. A loss to Roundtree, followed by a loss to Murzakanov, followed by a win against Nzechukwu,
Nzechukwu. That's how they say it.
and then losing to Alonzo Minifield.
Yep.
So I think this is a good fight.
This
Like,
is a good fight, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
The fact that it's a co-main is pretty crazy to me.
We're just looking at the records here. Jacoby winning 12 by KO of his 19 wins.
That's quite a big percentage for,
It's a big one, isn't it?
especially going into a fight against a guy whose chin is in question.
Yep. Very much in question.
Look, I want to see Reyes get this done, but I'm
Don't
just
worry
going to
about
say Jacoby's going to get the KO.
I'm swinging
Round
the same
one.
way, man, and I really don't want to. I want to go with Dominic.
I'd love to as well, but yeah, in my opinion, this is a much more winnable fight for Dustin.
The guy who's only been KO'd once as well. I think it's a very long three rounds for it's a long 3 rounds for Dominic to avoid being hit cleanly. Saying that Jacoby got hit bad like 3 or 4 times by Menifield. And I also tend to kind of think if you can't beat Menfield, who literally just came sprinting at Carlos Ulberg in his last fight, then it's going to be tricky for you to beat Dominic Reyes, you know,
Mhm.
who can wrestle. He's an athlete. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
We'll have to see.
But that's what I'll say.
I think
I'm
that's a
gonna
very
say
fair
round
pick.
1 KO. Dustin.
I'm going to go a bit risky.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Dominic Reyes by decision.
Okay.
I think he's going to mix in the wrestling. I think he might clip him a couple times. I'm looking forward to this one.
Nice.
I'm
Moving on.
hard. Rock solid.
We've got
It's good with-
Rosas Jr. versus Ricky.
Now, this is a good fight.
Yeah, it is. I like this
is a
Ricky
real good
guy.
fight.
He's
Ricky
very
Turquoise.
exciting. Isn't he the what's it called?
The GOAT.
No, not the GOAT. What's that little program? The Ultimate Fighter. Didn't he win that?
What's that little program?
I'm pretty
I
sure he
think
did.
I don't know
Go
whether he
down,
won it.
have a look. I think he did.
Oh, he must have done because
Hello.
oh, that's semi-finals. I think that the Dana White Contender Series.
Fury Fighting Championship.
This one. It was this one.
Oh.
Oh no, maybe. Fuck, I don't know. Let's have a look, eh? How
Let's just
about we
say he
have a
did,
little geek?
you know? TURCIOS. Du-du-du-du-du.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done, mate.
I know
You
something
did
for
well,
once.
didn't you? So Ricky Turquoise. I think it's
Turquoise.
Turkios. Pretty. I don't think I agree. No offense, mate. But, I'm just saying, I wouldn't turn gay for him. Would you?
He's a
Looks
bit
like
of
he's
a
from the
decision
70s.
merchant.
I thought you were going to say he's a bit disabled.
No. So he's got 8 decisions out of his 12 wins, 3 KOs, 1 submission.
Ooh.
And he's been
always
KO'd
good.
once and decisioned twice. But he's up against the submission specialist that is Raul Rosas Jr.
Look, I don't want to see Raul Rojas blow his load in the first, minute again, because that's a real problem for him.
Mm-hmm.
Against C-Rod, that's exactly what he did. That first round, dominant. But then he just had nothing for him, and he just got kind of...
Yeah.
And C-Rod is a guy that I hate.
That's not nice.
No, I don't mind him, but he always misses weight, and it's annoying.
Well, Rosas has had some bad problems lately with getting to fights.
True, that's a good point. That
And
is a good point.
at 19 years of age, that's not
It's
a good sign.
look. Do I think he'll get it done? Yes. I think he's pretty fucking good. I think we're gonna see him submit him. Probably in the first round. I think we're gonna see that happen. What do you think's gonna
Cool.
happen, buddy?
Yeah, nah. I'm going to go with Turkios in this one. I am. And it's probably going to be another decision because let's be honest, that's how
That's
he
what he
gets to
does.
most of his wins. But this guy has been a lot more tested. In my opinion, he's got a lot more to prove. He's an older guy. He's still just making the start of his major MMA career. But Rosas, yeah, like you say, has shown to be quite problematic in the fights that he shows up to.
He blows his load too
Yeah.
fast.
He goes out there and just puts
Goes-
everything into the first couple of minutes, and if he can't finish you in that, then it's kind of all over. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Turkios by
decision.
decision.
I think if Raul Rojas doesn't get a finish in the first round, probably going to go to a decision, and he'll probably lose it. This guy's a finisher. He's not a decisioner. So anyway, guys, moving down to the next fight. On the card. We've got Bruno Ferreira versus Dustin Stoltzfus. That was a pretty good pronunciation, I think, from
Nice, mate.
me. So Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk, otherwise known as the Hulk,
Fighting at middleweight.
has a rare disease that when he gets angry, he turns green.
That is a very rare
remember
disease.
that?
I saw a movie about one of those guys.
There's a couple of them, couple of movies. Phil
Yeah.
Hawes, he fucked him up big time. Remember that?
Wasn't that his last fight in the UFC?
I think they cut him, yeah, after that. He went on a bad run.
It was filled.
He got filled. He just got caned. And he was doing real well. All of a sudden, just decided it's time to lose.
Time to lose.
Yeah.
Woke up one morning, he's like, hey,
It's time to lose.
it's time I go on a 3-fight skid.
Phil Hawes, though, not the most impressive of victories. A guy that you can KO if you really want. Anyone could do it. Nursultan Rizabiev, who just lost recently to Joaquin Buckley, obviously KO'd him, which isn't a good look, especially after that loss to Buckley. He's fighting Dustin Stoltzfus, handsome bloke. He's got that mew, real down. Look at this, guys.
He's got a very Chad face.
He's mewing.
He's mewing.
Look at him mew.
A submission specialist by the looks of it.
Others.
Wow. Wonder what that was. Go down. Let's see if we can find what the other victory was.
So he's got one win via other. So we got
Elbow injury, maybe?
knee bar. Oh, DQ. That's probably it.
That'll be it. Cool.
Interesting.
That's nice.
Interesting.
Good for him.
But again, not the biggest KO guy. Just wanted to point that out. He's got 2 KOs. Quite a few submissions and some decisions as well. But he's been knocked out a couple times and submitted quite a few times. If we go back to Bruno Ferreira, he's a knockout artist, but he's also got some submissions. I've got a feeling we're going to see Ferreira finish Dustin Stoltzfus.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we might see it in the first round.
He's got a cleaner record. I mean, he's got a little bit less experience, but 11-1 compared to 15-5.
Mm-hmm. And if he was fighting a KO artist, I'd be worried for him because obviously getting KO'd.
I'm going to say third round sub to Bruno.
I'm thinking, okay, let me put some thought into this. I think it's going to be a KO, and I think it could be a sub.
KFC yum!
KFC yum! Bruno Ferreira by KO in the second round. That's what I'll go with.
Bruno Ferreira by KFC yum.
Ferreira Rocher. He was the inventor of that with
Oh.
another UFC fighter. Don't know these guys. Oh, I do know Julian Marquez. Seen him before.
Nice, man.
Just some other highlights on the card, guys. We've got Julian Marquez versus Zachary Reese. Miguel Beza versus Sanahili Soriano. Thiago Moises is back against Ludovic Klein. Charlie Radke is fighting Carlos Prates. Brad Katona, the fucking Irish prick, is fighting Jesse Butler. There's some pretty good fights from top to bottom on this card for your hardcore fan, but we're here to tailor to the casual fan.
And speaking of,
Conor McGregor, is he gonna be?
No. No, he's not.
I gotta see. It's done, isn't it? Let's see if there's any news that's come out.
As soon as there's any inkling of it not happening, you may as well just say it's not happening.
I 100% am fully done, but I do not think it's ever going to happen.
Hold up, look at that one. Up.
This one.
Up. Report. Feelers
yeah.
sent out for alternative options.
I posted about this on Instagram this morning. Yeah.
Michael
Basically,
Chandler fight concern.
It seems as if the UFC don't know what's happening, so they're looking at options, which to me, that means there's something going on behind the scenes that isn't an obvious injury or a negative drug test. Could be a drug test, but it isn't like an injury that's like stopping him from fighting, because they would just be like, right, you can't fight, it's off. If they look like putting out feelers for potential alternatives, it's either he's popped and they're trying to get around it, or he's got some contract negotiations going on in the background and he's trying to get a bit more money. And they're saying, fucking no. And basically he's, what do they call it, pricing himself out.
Could you
he
imagine,
can't be fucked.
Right? This is already
McGregor.
This is already the largest gate in UFC history.
UFC
right?
203, yep.
303.
303.
And it's still, just under a month out. Okay? That is insane. You imagine being one of those fans who's forked out a lot of money to go to this fight.
Especially if you're going from overseas, from Ireland or whatever.
Ireland, yeah. And this guy pulls out.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty bad. Especially the amount of shit he's been talking about this comeback, about how it's going to be the greatest comeback in sports history.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying.
He chose the weight class. He chose the date. He's kept us all on the edge of our
chose the
seats
fighter.
for almost 2 years now.
Michael Chandler has literally been... That's a world record edge for Michael Chandler. He's been edging for 2 years, and he's still not going to get to come. That's essentially what it is.
Bro. Like, it's very, very messed up.
Oh, no, it sucks. And, like, just this whole shit of him, like, saying that he's sober and saying that he's not going to be going out. And then he obviously is. Like, he obviously is. The guy's out partying. It's on his Instagram. There was a picture on his Instagram story. I'll bring this up, actually. There was a picture of him basically in, like, a nice area with a half-drunk beer in front of him. And it's his picture. You can tell that when it's been reposted to the story. Conor... So if you look on Conor McGregor's official Instagram, which is where we're going right now, and you go to his story, and we just go back, like, this is him posting it. This isn't him reposting something else, guys. Like, check the screen. That's him having a beer. That's literally him having a beer.
7 hours ago.
Half drunk, 7 hours, summer vibes. 7 fucking hours ago.
What was the time in Ireland 7 hours ago?
Well, that looks like evening.
Imagine it's first thing in the morning.
Oh, wait, does that mean he's reposted it? So he's... Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
No, look. It's full there, and then the photo on the story, it's...
Oh, yeah, true.
It's half gone. Time in Ireland.
Oh, well. Look, the guy's been drinking
Okay, yeah,
There's
that was last night.
There's no obvious evidence that he has been drinking, but like, is there any more in this fucking? Some of the fucking videos you see of him, man, it's like
Don't bring that up.
I can't remember where I saw some videos of him like, where was it?
I know the ones
know
you're
the
talking
videos.
about. Just
And you're like, bro, there's no way you're not drinking. Why would he be? I mean, marketing maybe, but like,
it would be like a Ryan Garcia kind of moment, you know, like him pretending to be this drunk idiot leading up to his fight, and then going out there and just putting it on the other guy. Like that is a very look. If he does end up fighting, okay, and if anything's going to slow down Michael Chandler's training, it would be him doing this. Do you know what I mean?
trying to put him off, trying to
saying that,
discern him.
On the other hand, we've had Michael Chandler for the last day now just posting inspirational quotes.
I feel bad for the guy. Like, I'm not a big fan.
How can you not?
I'm honestly not a big fan of Michael Chandler. I think he's cringy. I think he's a bit fake. Like,
Yep.
but like, I mean, like, look at this guy.
I think he's a
What was
human
this?
trafficker, borderline.
Oh, absolutely. He's trying to build an army. It's concerning. Like, yeah, the ultimate measure. This is what Michael Chandler posted on Instagram
A day ago.
The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. That was Martin Luther King. Obviously, it was fucking Martin Luther King. Obviously, he's trying to create a new Martin Luther King. Anyway, guys, let's not talk about that. Do we think Conor McGregor is going to be fighting at 303?
No.
No. I think it's done. And I don't think we'll ever see him fight again. I'm honestly going to call that right now. I don't think it's going to happen if it doesn't happen.
If he fucks this up, I don't think they'll ever want to do a deal with him again. Like, I know he's the biggest name in the sport. He brings the most money. He brings the most pay-per-views. He brings the most fans. But he also brings the most drama, brings the most fuck-arounds.
And pay him a lot.
Michael Chandler's career is potentially down the toilet if this doesn't go through. Okay?
Yeah, which is
because he's
very
been waiting
frustrating.
for 2 years. He's shown that he is in a pretty decent spot in his career. He's put on some very entertaining fights against some top-level lightweights.
The guy's the definition of entertainment in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like, he just is.
And that's what he was brought over from Bellator to do. And he's been waiting in the wings now for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, it didn't matter if he went out there and lost 3 fights in the last 2 years to top-level lightweights, because he's fighting at welterweight, and he's fighting against a guy who literally wants to come back and fight someone who he sees as beatable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've said my bit on that.
I know, and I agree. Like,
I've pissed myself off.
You've pissed yourself.
Yeah. Right off. Pissed myself right off.
Good thing you guys can't see that. If on the flip side, if this is all mind games somehow from Conor, like trying to get this thing postponed and then like fucking around with the UFC, so we get all these rumors come out. Like if somehow he's like masterminding this, and then he comes out with a video saying, "Look, fellas, I will be fighting on June 29th." That's pretty Chad, I guess. Am I touching you?
Yeah, you are touching me.
That would be pretty Chad, but do I think that's going to be the case? No. I think Conor McGregor is probably drunk right now, partying, cheating on his missus. Yeah, exactly. He's cheating on his missus, doing cocaine, drinking somewhere right now. We don't know where.
He's John Jones.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not judging. Look, we all just hope this is going to go down, don't we?
We do, but we've got to talk about it.
We've got to talk about it, and it's frustrating, and it's it's just that it's the unknown. I think we all just want to know what's going on. You know, the
press conference obviously was cancelled.
It was cancelled.
Dublin.
Conor McGregor, man.
As well.
Yeah, I did hear that Michael Chandler didn't get on his plane, but he was at the airport.
Right.
He got to the airport, got a call saying, "Look, mate, hold off. Don't jump on a plane right now. We need to like confirm that this is actually going to go ahead first."
Could you imagine the security that they'd have to give him when he gets to Ireland?
Oh yeah, there's some
crazy dudes
people
over there.
Oh yeah, like for real, like, and that would be a huge waste of time for him going all that way when he should be like training 7 times a day because he's Michael Chandler. Like,
Yeah, good point.
He's got to train on the plane.
Look, I think we should wrap that up. I think we should wrap this up. I think we should rate this drink.
Is there any other news? I just wanted to quickly run over.
Not really.
Paige Van Zandt. That's not her. That's Paige Rose Namajunas. What is this? Oh, Barboza versus Namajunas.
That was a nice little bit of silence for everyone out there listening.
Yeah, let's fucking bin this. All right, guys.
Shit.
Coco
Was crap.
Royale. I've barely touched I've drunk a bit, but not as much as you. I'm willing to give this
A 3.8.
This is a 3 for me. So what, 3.4? This lands solidly at the bottom of the list. And I think that it deserves nothing better. This is a despicably disgusting excuse for a, what, is this supposed to be refreshing?
I feel like it's going to make me sick.
It's going to make me shit myself.
I've
Shake
done
well.
Done a fair bit of that today.
Oh yeah, do you want to go into that before we finish up?
Oh, I just think I had some slightly off crayfish the other night.
You've been on the
Kinda
cray.
Put a bit of a tangy spin on my guts for the day.
I've been off the knock.
Either that.
That's what I just
Or
wanted
it's
to
these
bring up
chemtrails.
this little the chemtrail. A saying that I heard today.
Yep.
That I quite liked, and I've kind of I heard it, but I like a different version of it. Off the knock.
Off the knock. What does that mean?
You haven't been wanking recently.
Okay.
I'm off the knock.
And if you guys like that, like the video,
Leave a comment.
leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Tier list video.
In a tier list
We'll,
video.
what we'll do is, I
I'll actually
reckon,
post it this
I
time.
reckon we should put on the same clothes as we're wearing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll keep them. I won't wash them.
Sweet as. Well, let's
Same
do that.
undies too.
Hey?
Same undies as well.
Yeah.
And socks.
The whole Shazam. Look, what I think, we should just not even move from here.
So we're going to be here for a while.
We are going to be here for a while. We're
Right.
definitely not going to film it as soon as we end this episode.
I'm not going to drink any more of this either.
On that note, goodbye.